Good morning. It is 11:25 here in Rochester. Obviously, you guys are used to me having broadcasts at night. This is not a World According to Chris broadcast. This is going to be a show that'll be much shorter in duration. Uh, Hold on one second, folks. Um, so, what the deal is here is I right now I'm still trying to piece the words together and trying to figure what exactly is going on. I know
My governor is basically an asshole. What I'd like to say is, well, Philip Rosado for my folks, my good friends here. Love you all.
Louis versus basically.
There'll only be one Sonic, Louis. No, look, move the fuck out of the way!
I want a clean fight, okay? Nothing below the belt, alright? You got it? Got it. Alright, go get it,
So, hold on.
Mike, you guys are ice skating.
Oh, shit. I forgot about that. That's today. So, I'm going to actually turn off the webcam mic and actually try and broadcast with the noise a little bit on. So everything's catching here. Hold on.
So, ladies and gentlemen, what I'd like to say right now is, as everyone knows, fast food employees are. Oh, I've heard about. Oh. Yeah. Right, I forgot. I thought. Oh man, I forgot today was party on the farm. One of them. I forgot today was the party at the farm. But anyway. I would love to go. Anyway. What the hell? Right now I'm having a little difficulty with the feed here. It's not really feed. I'm just I'm getting a bunch of texts here. So before I really get to business here, I want to get a couple viewers first. But basically, what the whole point of the broadcast right now is to discuss my feelings on the Fight for 15 movement that our governor has for fast food employees. It's, for the record, does not just affect McDonald's or Burger King or Wendy's. It affects your Dunkin' Donuts, Tim Hortons, and places like that. I'm not really positive as to why this had to happen. Why people who are working in fast food have all of a sudden become worth $15 an hour. And don't get me wrong, I enjoy my job and I do work hard, but not $15 an hour hard. And for me, I think it's it's disturbing. It makes me very aggravated that these people that work hard for their money aren't getting $15. These people that work hard for their money. You look at some construction workers, especially people like my uncle who's self-employed. He's an electrician. There are days that those guys don't even make $15 an hour after everything's set and done and paid for, and all their help is, paid for, insurance and everything else. Doesn't work for me. And I think it's ridiculous that anyone in fast food gets to make $15 an hour where these people struggle. And you get these people that start in hospitals don't make that much and they save lives. I wish I would have planned this a little earlier, for a little later. It's disgusting. It truly is. All right. It is disgusting. All right. I forgot to post. I'm gonna share the link with my friends. But yeah, I think it's ridiculous, and I think anyone that supports it is ridiculous. How is it How is it appropriate in our society where starting doctors and starting people in the medical field, firefighters, police, and assorted people in fields around, that are needed and necessity for, to maintain the safety of the public and health of the public. How is it right that they're making less than I am, or I would make if this is to go through, which, believe me, it's looking like what's going to happen, and I hope it's sad, now, I think it's ridiculous, and I think people need to understand that fast food it's an entry-level job, and that's all it's ever been, and it's all it really should be. McDonald's was started with the idea being that people in that industry would have, people that were just getting started in the work world were going to go to work and do Yep. I thought that was next month. Anyway, sorry about that, folks. My big thing is there's no real need for anybody in fast food to make $15 an hour. Really, if you look at it, I think anyone in fast food that makes, minimum wage is more than enough. If you want to talk big politics and big food wage, that's
pretty much how I feel on that. I mean, it's I don't know. I don't see where it's good benefit the world, and I don't see especially where it's going to benefit the state. Where I see might benefit is big, these big unions. Personally, I'm insulted by it. I think it's ridiculous. And that's how I feel. I mean, I feel like it's a slap in the face to everyone that actually works hard. It's giving people that have already a hard enough time finding jobs. It's giving, it'll help them out maybe, but it's going to push kids out of jobs. Kids that are getting out of high school or just getting in or just in high school, 15 or 16, 17 years old, whatever. Whatever the hiring age in your state is, because it's going to go nationwide eventually. All that. That was real gross. It's going to push people out of jobs. It's going to keep the little kid. It's going to keep the 16 kid. It's just trying to get a little extra money at the house so they can buy the things that they want, and it's going to keep the kids that are of late high school to early college age from working, because all these assholes that are between their mid-20s, early 30s that are having trouble finding work, they're going to find that it's easier to work in fast food. Because believe it or not, what we do is very easy. It's not the easiest job in the world. That's not what I'm saying. But it's not $15 an hour hard. And I think people that get caught in that, I know, it has an echo. have it that way for a reason. I'm sorry. I'm going to turn off the webcam mic. Hold on a second. Whoops. That was stupid. All right. Can you hear me better now? Can you hear me better? It shouldn't have an echo now, but it probably does. Okay. Let me swap the left to right audio. I forgot about that too. How's that? I knew it had an echo, but I wasn't quite sure how bad it was. Let me see if I can fix this. Fucking thing. I hate this computer. Actually, it's not the computer I hate. I hate everything. Just kidding. I'm actually in a good mood. But this particular topic, it's been bugging me for a while, and I think it's getting to a point now where it needs to be addressed. And it needs to be addressed by people like me who actually live in this, work in this business. Hold on 1 second, my friends. Hey, can you hear me? How's that? All right. Hello? Hey. Hello. Can you hear me? Hello? Thank you. That's what I thought. I just had to fix something. Anyway, like I said, we're not, yes, it is true. A lot of people in fast food take a lot of shit from customers and management and whatever. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's not $15 an hour trouble. It's not something that's worth some home health aide, someone that's taking care of the elderly, working in public service, like a police officer, a doctor, nurse, or people in the medical field or safety field, whatever. There's people out there that have issues with with our current situation, with the way our minimum wage is already set. Yeah, $8.75, even $9 an hour, maybe might not be the I don't know. I have yet to make $9 an hour, so I don't know what it's like. But there are some people out there that work in fields, like I said, contractors, where they go on a job. Yeah, they have they have agreements and they have to get paid. They need to get paid a certain amount as per the agreement. But for people like my uncle or my father, my dad's a auto mechanic, but still, same scenario. If he has no customers on Monday morning, he makes no money. He makes no money Monday morning. My uncle, same thing. He has no customers Monday morning. He makes no money Monday morning. If anything, I think maybe, obviously with a place like a fast food joint, there's always going to be customers. One thing you'll learn as soon as you become of age to work at any place is you always have people that need to eat. You always have people that need to drink. You always have people that need medical attention. The third one being the most important one. There's always going to be someone that goes into a hospital. There's always going to be someone that goes into a fast food joint to have a burger. There's always going to be someone that goes into a bar to have a beer. It's just the way it goes. But I think the people that are taking care of the guy that goes in after getting shot in the city or wherever, or has an auto accident or heart attack, something, man-caused or something natural, or, whatever. People that have serious health issues, result in their being hospitalized, the people that are taking care of those guys and girls should be getting paid a lot more than $15 an hour. And these people that are just starting in McDonald's or Burger King or Wendy's or Tim Hortons or Dunkin' Donuts or wherever, they ain't worth no $15 an hour. You know, and I'm not saying that to talk down anybody that's a coworker of mine, because it's, you know, most people that I work with agree with me. You know, most people share the same sentiments. You got a lot of these sympathizers saying, "Oh, they should make more than $8 an hour or $8.75 an hour, or whatever minimum wage might be in your area." But I don't think they need much more than that, because who's working at McDonald's? Joe Schmo that just, you know, graduated from high school, or is currently in high school waiting for his junior or senior year, or yeah, I understand there's some people in college that work with me, but you know what? They also have a second job. So most of them, from what I understand. I mean, for those who don't, they've become managers or whatever, and they've taken on positions in the company where they've, you know, got more hours, where they can actually afford to work and actually pay for the things that they have. And a lot of them are smarter and still live at home and don't have to worry about taking the leap. You know, it's not McDonald's fault that some college-educated person or people that are going through college, not necessarily got the full education yet. It's not McDonald's fault. It's not Burger King's fault. It's not Tim Hortons' fault that somebody decides, hey, I can leave mom and daddy's house and, you know, and live on my own. How is that my fault? If I'm a McDonald's owner-operator, how is that my fault? That's what the problem is here. That's what these assholes are, you know, politicking for. They want $15 an hour so these people can live. Most of these people that start off in fast food live at home. And that's not just me talking. That's a fact. And anyone that disagrees with that obviously has never worked in that kind of environment or has seen it. You don't have to work in that environment to see it. All you have to do is walk in and sit in the fucking lobby. And that's the truth. It's been that way since I was a small child. And it ain't changed. And I don't care what anyone says. I can attest to that. I used to go to McDonald's once a week, at least. Or Wendy's, or Burger King. And I'd see it with my grandfather, my mother, or whoever else I was with. Most of those kids, if you're lucky, they were between the age of 16 and 20 something. And the people that were, you know, in upper management, you know, are like people my boss's age. Or he's actually younger than I am, but that's beside the point. Still, he's making enough to live. His wife works. He has a kid. He doesn't complain about McDonald's. Okay, not that he should. That's the company that pays his, you know, his wage. But still. Yep. All right, bro. Thank you. It's ridiculous when you get these idiots that think that. Yeah. Oh boy, sweet. I'm being broadcasted at a pool party right now. That's awesome. But these people that are trying to throw a pity party for these people in the fast food industry as a whole, or just trying to, you know, eventually what's going to happen is they're going to try and get unions, you know, into these fast food joints. That's the next big project after, you know, assuming this $15 an hour thing goes through, which will totally ruin the purpose as to why fast food joints were formed in the first place. Like I said, they were formed as a way to get small, you know, teenagers out of the house, you know, after school, or, you know, either after school hours or during the, you know, vacations, and, you know, whether it be summer vacation, winter break, Christmas break, whatever it is, you know. The fast food industry as a whole is not meant to be on, you know, it's not meant to be a career. It's an entry-level position. And even guys like the, you know, Justin, the man who runs my building right now, he doesn't run the company. Hector does, but, you know, as people that know me and know, you know, the story of my employment. There's Coke, everybody. Thank you. Excuse me. I think it's very disturbing. I think it's disrespectful for people that actually work in a skilled trade. And honestly, I don't understand why people think that this is something they need to fight for. And people are so, what's next? Where do we go from here? Where do we go after this goes through? Because it's gonna happen. People that don't think so obviously don't work in the environment. I do, and I know it's gonna pass. It may not pass today, it may not pass tomorrow, but it's something that will eventually go through. Where does the bullshit end with this governor? I can't tell you. I'm not going to tell you guys anything that you won't hear later. And I'm not going to tell you anything that you haven't heard already, to be honest with you. Because anything that's going to come through the pipeline, you've already heard at some point. Anyone that's up, any places, any environment that's non-skilled trade, you can't tell me that someone working in a convenience store needs to make 15 to 20 bucks an hour. You can't tell me that someone flipping a cheeseburger or a hamburger or French fries or whatever on a grill, you can't tell me that they're worth 15 bucks an hour. I can make a cheeseburger at the house. I just made breakfast this morning for myself. I made an omelet, or an attempted omelet, but that's beside the point. You learn how to cook and bake at home. It's not a skilled trade. And 15 bucks an hour to flip a cheeseburger or flip a hamburger, or make fries. How is that a skilled trade? 15 bucks an hour is a skilled trade wage. There's people that work in some machine shops that make 15 bucks an hour to start. And now you want to tell people that they can go to McDonald's and make 15 bucks an hour to start? Make it a lot easier for people, but make it a lot harder for these kids that are just getting into work? I don't find that funny. I think it's disgusting. I would like to hear this story, Jim. I had to make myself laugh. But actually, I wasn't making myself laugh. I was reading something that was just posted in my Facebook. I think now that the day has come where everyone knows that our governor is truly a bigger asshole than we all thought he was, now I think what needs to happen is we need to do something that makes people actually think. I don't know what we can do. To be honest with you, I couldn't tell you what to do. I don't know. Just when you think our governor can't get any more ignorant, this bullshit happens. I'm not struggling to make money. Here's what happened with me. And I'm going to use myself as a great example because I know my story. And I have a good idea of the story of my fellow coworkers at McDonald's. I don't want to know what's going on at their house, but I know a good chunk of them still live at home. I live at home, as you can see. Not too concerned about it. Recently, I had to pay about $2,000 to get my cat, medically taken care of. He had some medical stuff going on, and as most people know, I had to get that taken care of. Around that time, I was still having trouble getting hours, and I had a couple different opportunities pop up. And what I told my GM of my store was basically if I couldn't get more hours, I was going to look at more opportunities. Fortunately, the opportunities that popped up, at least fortunately for them, McDonald's at least, was I was going to make less than I'm making now. You know, and because I wasn't going to get the hours. I was going to make the same, $8.75 an hour, but I wasn't going to get as many hours as I'm getting right now. Right now I'm getting between, I'm going to get between, because it's summer, I'll get between 19 and 24 hours. Alright? 19 to 24 hours a week. I'm going to do basic math for you guys. Alright? If I'm making $8.75 an hour right now, yes, that's not great money. But in fast food, that's the nature of the beast. You know, $8.75 an hour is not great money. You know, but gross pay, or net pay, or gross pay, that's $210. $210 a week. I don't need much more than that. You know, you take away about $45, about $165, $170 a week. You know, I can live off that. There's no reason for a 16 to 18-year-old kid to be making $15 an hour. There's no reason for them not to be able to live off $210 a week. And because of Obamacare and some other insurance reasons, you're only going to get about 20 to, at max hours, you're going to get between 24 and 28 hours a week. Okay, do the basic math on that. Sorry, I just lost my signal for a second. Next year, minimum wage goes up to $9 an hour in the state. All right? Yes. That's $252 a week. You mean to tell me that, take away about 25, let's say $45, which is about what they took away from my check when I was making about that same.
No. Go away.
That's $217.
Oh.
How is some schmuck that's in high school or just graduated not able to live off $217 a week when they live at home? And chances are, mom and dad are paying for their education. Can you answer me that? And even if they are paying for their education, get a second job. You knew going into your interview at McDonald's that your job was an entry-level position, and you're going to get entry-level pay and entry-level hours. To learn a job that requires your basic skill that you learn at home when you're young. I have a 12-year-old brother. He cooks. All right? You mean to tell me he goes to McDonald's tomorrow, applies, and makes $15 an hour? Come on. Wake up, America. It's bullshit. Alright. It is complete bullshit. And I will stand by that with every fiber of my being. If you can't live off minimum wage when you work in the fast food industry, you should probably watch your spending. But if you cannot tell me that most people that walk through the door of even my McDonald's can't live off $9 an hour, which will be what our minimum wage is next year. Come on. You're not killing yourselves to make $9 an hour. Nah, you're not killing yourself to make even $8.75 an hour. The job is not that labor intensive. It's ridiculous. Where does it end with this guy? Where does it end with Cuomo? That's all I can do. Thank you.